Nice little couple.
What are we doing today, baby?
Going to London.
Going doing what?
Visiting your gender clinic.
I know. It's so exciting.
Mwah.
Last Thursday, I went to my first gender appointment. I did make it back from London safely. Thank God. It took about 4 hours for the train. Problems with tickets and stuff, but all sorted. All sorted. We got back safely, got back to the house. I would have done this video that night, but I had to go at 6 o'clock in the morning because I had work the next day. Anyway, so the appointment. I went to the Harley Street Gender Clinic, obviously, and I saw Dr Pasterski. I think she's American. I'm not sure. She's either American or Canadian. I'm leaning more towards American, but she had a mixed accent because she's been here since 1998, so that's probably why I wasn't quite sure. Anyway, I went in with my girlfriend, Sam, who's in the clips that we did, and because she was allowed to come in with me because, I don't know why, just because. So yeah, we went in, and she was lovely, and she was very kind, and we sat down. She has a really high ceiling in her office, and she was sitting behind her desk, and we were sat on 2 separate chairs, quite far away from her for some reason. She did apologise for that. I don't understand who came up with that seating, but anyway, she explained how she wanted me to talk about my background of my gender history, when I started to feel different, how I dealt with it when I started wearing guys' clothes, when I started thinking I was different, and whilst I was talking, she would be typing. So yeah, she explained how it all worked. Now, I decided to go private. The appointment with her cost £385, and that was £250 for the actual appointment, which is 90 minutes to talk about it and get a background on you, and the extra 100 and some odd, I think it's £135, was for any reports to pass on to other people, like my GP, the hormone therapy lady, and stuff like that. That's why it cost extra, which was fine. Anyway, that all got paid for eventually. She explained to me how going private was a lot quicker, and I was really excited, and I was just sat there and I was smiling, and she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you're smiling so much, it's so cool." And I was like, yeah, because I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be there. And she thought that was really cool. She thought me and my girlfriend were the most adorable thing that she'd ever see. It was really cool. It was really bad. She started talking about hormones, and I was just so excited. And I was wearing my shorts because I've got quite hairy legs for a pre-T trans guy. Like, people who know me, who are probably the only people who watch this, know that I have really hairy legs, and I'm so proud of it. Like, it's great. And she looked at me and she went, "You're gonna have so much hair, more hair when you get on hormones." And I was like, yay. So excited. There were things that I researched from other trans guys on YouTube, or just in general on the internet, and she cleared a few things up for me, which I'm going to now tell you about. I know every company does things differently, I think the NHS does it slightly differently, but for her, obviously no nicotine, which is going to be really hard for me, but I've always wanted to give up smoking anyway, and vaping. I vape more than I smoke now, but I've always wanted to give it up, and now I've got a reason to. And I always said if I had a reason to give up smoking, then it would be so easy to do. And I'm not worried about it, because this is something that I want to do, and if I need to give up smoking for that, then that's what I'm going to do, Fertility is another one. She asked me if I wanted to have biological children and all that stuff, and I said that it didn't matter to me. Me and Sam had spoken about it a lot, and I remember telling Sam that, and I told Dr Pasterski this as well, that I kind of went through a period of time where I accepted that I was never going to have biological children, which I'm fine with, that's just me. I know a lot of other trans guys and trans women want to have their own biological children, and so when I said that I didn't mind, then that conversation didn't need to happen anymore, and she could write that in the report, and I didn't need to be spoken about fertility again in the whole transition, which is awesome, fine by me. But if you are a trans guy or a trans woman who wants to have biological children, then they will write that in the report, and you will get like appointments specifically about that, and about what you want to do, whether you want to freeze your eggs or sperm for trans women, and that's fine. It's all up to you what you want to do. She asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted hormones and top surgery. They are my priority in this whole process. And she said that's fine, and she put that down in the report, which is cool. She asked me which one I wanted to have first, and I said hormones first, and she was fine with that. Mental health. So she told me that if she gets someone come in and they don't tell her anything about their mental health situation, be it self-harm, suicide attempts, any kind of mental health condition, if she doesn't know about it and then they find out later, she gets in trouble for that, and then you have to do the whole thing again, because she will get accused of being misinformed.
Hello.
So Sam decided to join me.
I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
Cells. So what were you talking about?
I was talking about mental health at this point. I was talking about how you need to be stable.
What she said to you?
Yeah, so...
Did you tell them that I came in?
Oh, I just have.
No, I mean into the appointment.
Oh yeah, I said that at the beginning. Anyway, so if you have mental health conditions, they need to be regulated well. And I was saying how if you don't tell her, then they find out later on, then you have to go through the whole process again, and she gets shouted at for having misinformation.
And because the testosterone can make them worse. It can make it more up and down. So if you're already up and down, it's just going to make those highs and those lows lower, which isn't going to be good, because that's going to make it so much worse. Whereas if it's regular, then it goes up and down. It won't be as severe, and you'll be able to manage it. Hopefully.
For some reason, I was misinformed that if you were on antidepressants, you had to come off them to take testosterone.
Not true.
Yeah, so she turned around and she said that's not true. If you are on antidepressants, you have to be on them in a stable way. You can't, like, I had a habit of not taking them and then taking them, and I can't do that if I go on hormones.
Well, we haven't done that in a while.
Stable and regulated every day, continuous. Especially because I'm on sertraline, which, that in itself, if you want to come off it, you have to come off it slowly. Otherwise you go crazy. Which I have done that before, and it's not fun. She was talking about self-harm and suicide attempts and stuff like that. And she advises against it. If you do self-harm, before you're put on T, they will not put you on T.
It will set you back a
It
lot.
will set you back, which I know that in itself is difficult to stop self-harming, but that's why you need to go through other forms of counselling and tell her about that. So I have a psychologist appointment on Friday, and she wants the report from that, and then once I give her that, then she can move me forward onto hormones.
Yeah, because if you self-harm, like, you can use getting on testosterone as a motivation to not self-harm. So like when you get those feelings of like, oh, I wanna harm myself, and you'll be like, well, no, because if I do that I won't get on T, and then my transition will be slowed down considerably.
Yeah.
And it's a good way of maybe motivating yourself with it. I don't know a lot about transy things. Well, I know about
transy things.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I know enough, I think. Well, I don't know everything, and you still need to learn stuff, but you know, he was going to do this on his own, but yeah, I kind of fucked it up.
Yeah, she did. Anyway, if you have any genes in your family, cancerous genes, specifically of the testicle area, tell her.
I'm a unicorn.
So my mum, stop making that face.
Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, 'cause they are swans. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a mess. Carry on.
So my mum has the BRCA2 gene, which is basically means the breast cancer 2 gene. I'm not sure on the specifics, but I need to get tested for that, just in case I do have it. If I do have it, she'll take me down one road. If I don't have it, she'll take me down a normal road. I don't know, she didn't really go into specifics about it, I don't think.
Well, if you do have it, because she said they can take out the breast tissue.
Yeah.
Because of like reducing the risk of getting it, I think.
So yeah, any kind of gene like that, then you need to get tested for it if you haven't already, and then she can move you forward. So I need to get myself tested for that with a blood test and send her whatever the results are. And then once she's got the psychology report and the blood test, then she can comfortably and happily move me forward to hormone therapy, which is awesome.
Yeah, because she said you'll have to meet with the hormone therapy woman. Was it once or twice before?
I can't remember.
It was at least once.
At least once.
At least once before she will do anything, because
Yeah.
she's got her own tests and stuff that she needs to do on you and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. I need to book that appointment. I can't remember how much it was. It was £300, I think, for that appointment. I also need to have a follow-up appointment with Dr Pasterski herself, which is going to cost, what, £125?
Yeah.
Something like that. So a lot of money, but it's
That's less than half of what the original one was.
That is true. So I need to make sure I save up with my money, as I'm poor. I am happy I went the private route because...
Yeah, but you got fucked about by the NHS a little bit, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Well, that and your mother.
Yeah, my mum... I was 16, I went to the GP, got referred to Tavistock with Portman, never got the letters that they sent me because my mum chucked them in the bin. I just assumed that they'd forgotten about me, but I actually found out that my mum had chucked them out. So, fun. And I just thought, might as well go private because it's a lot quicker. And it was really good, wasn't it? The appointment was really cool.
We got to the door and she opened it and you went in and I was just stood there and I was like, can I come in? And she was like, of course. And I was like, oh, okay.
So yeah, she was really cool, wasn't she?
She was really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Put your head down. Bye.
Bye.